Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It is currently 39 degrees, going to be high of around 55. 36% chance of rain today. Sunrise is at 6:55. Sunset is at 6:14. And yeah, it was a little dreary yesterday, but it ended up being nice in the evening. So, uh, but even with a rainy day or a cloudy day, it's still a beautiful day. It's still another day that the Lord has made, with mercies for us to overcome the world, overcome ourselves, overcome uh, the enemy, overcome the enemy, overcome some sin, um, overcome those daily battles. And so we are in a study, and we are in a study of Second John. Second John, it's one chapter, and so it's all the way at the end. Well, not all the way. Uh, I guess it's fourth letter or book, however you want to call it, back from. So Revelation, Jude, Third John, Second John, and then First John is sandwiches the three general letters of John. And so, um, we were looking at the greeting yesterday, uh, and I was talking about there's a couple different views on who this elect lady and her children are or is, and so I did some further reading. Uh, I was encouraged to look at uh, Third John, and how it opens there. And so I also went into my King James, and I read it out of my King James. And the cool thing about King James is how the use of the use of the pronouns, and I mentioned it yesterday, being written in second person. And so uh, when you read it in the King James and then you compare it to Third John, so as I was doing more digging, there's commentaries that talk about that the letters were all written at once, First, Second, and Third John, and First John being a sermon, Second John a letter, and Third John a letter. So let's just say, and I'm not sure that I believe that, or there's no, and even the commentary said there's no actual evidence for that. But let's just hypothetically say that. Okay, let's hypothetically say that. Let me read to you the um, introduction to Third John. So it says, "The elder unto the well beloved Gaius, whom I love in the truth. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper." Now, thou is the singular, okay, singular use of the pronoun you, and it's specifically um, in the nominative, meaning that you is singular in the subject, right? In the subject of the sentence, that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. Now, thy, right? Thy is the singular accusative, meaning that the soul is receiving, right? Thy soul, the singular accusative, is that prospereth. That verb is being applied to. Okay, that verb, or is being done to. Let me say it like that: is being done to. So that verb prospering is being done to that singular soul, thy soul. Okay, so it's a specific person, right? Gaius specifically, and is specifically the subject of that sentence. Okay, so if they were written at the same time and sent out at the same time, and this is very specific and clear in whom it's being written to. Now let's go back to Second John, the epistle of Second John. Okay, so same heading, the elder unto the elect lady and her children whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth. So it's not just his love, but it's also all they who know the truth. And then it says, for the truth's sake, which dwelleth in us and shall be with us forever. Grace be with you. Now, that you there is plural. Grace be with you, mercy and peace from God the Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of the Father, in truth and love. I rejoice greatly that I found of thy children walking in truth, as we have received a commandment from the Father. As I now beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Ye, another plural. And this is the commandment, that ye, all right? So, and this is the love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard. Okay, so that ye is plural, and that ye is the nominative, meaning you, plural, are the subject of all of this. Boom. Okay, that ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. You, meaning the lady, elect lady, and her children. So it is a plural. It is plural nominative. So who where do I land on it? Okay, now here's the other piece. What's happening in the culture at the time? Okay, what's happening in the culture at the time? All right, so it's how do I read that? Domitian, or yeah, Domitian's reign. Domitian's reign. So so 54 to 68, Nero was the emperor of Rome. Okay, the temple burnt down in 70. All right, the temple in Jerusalem was burnt down in 70. Um, then so we think John wrote these um, in 80, so 85 to 95, right? Between 85 and 95. And we think John wrote Revelation from Patmos between 95 and 96 AD. Okay? So at this time, so during Domitian's reign, this is when the Colosseum is being built. Okay, the Colosseum is being built. So in the Roman culture at the time, Christians are being persecuted. Christians are being persecuted. And in doing that, there's a lot of opposition, right? There's a lot of opposition and a lot of reasons to fall from the truth, okay? And a lot of reasons to fall from the truth. So John wrote 3 John specifically to Gaius in this, and you'll see that when we get there, what he's praising Gaius for how he stands. Okay, now here, let's see. So to the elder, to the elect lady and her children, whom I love in truth, not only I, but also all who know the truth. So he's writing to everybody who knows the truth. So there's this want for everybody to hear this, to be encouraged and edified, if you know the truth, because the truth abides in us and will be with us forever. All right, so we need to stick to the truth. It's in us and it will be with us forever. It is more powerful than anything that's going on around us, around the church. The church will be here, and the truth will be here forever, and so will the church. Now, the church will be here forever in eternity. Okay, the church is going to be raptured, right? But it will be here in eternity. And so grace, mercy, and peace will be with us from God the Father and from Jesus Christ. He's encouraging the church. Will be with us from God the Father and from Jesus Christ the Father's Son in truth and love. So I fall on 2 John being written to the church to encourage the church in this time of oppression and this time of opposition. Okay? And this time of opposition.